Good morning, Michigan. A very pleasant hump day Wednesday to you. It's Michael Patrick Shields, heard all across the state of Michigan. Later on, we're going to talk to Chip Beck, the former PGA Tour player. Did he win at the Buick Open, or did he just have Buick on his bag? I have to check that out before we talk with him. He's a four-time winner on the tour. And, in fact, the news this morning that the Ryder Cup is going to go to France, if you can believe that. The Ryder Cup will be held, is it 2016 in France? We'll check the date on that, too. The announcement was yesterday. What does Chip Beck think of that? He's the guy who was a runner-up at the Masters and 2 times at the U.S. Open, and what's he up to these days? David Brandon, the University of Michigan athletic director, was at the Big Ten meetings in Chicago. We'll catch up with him. Gary Austin is the anchorman. He's getting ready for this morning's program as well. Good morning to you.
I am Michael Patrick, and things are looking pretty good on this, right smack dab in the middle of the week. It's going fast.
Looking forward to going to live to Ireland in a few minutes.
Yes.
Her Majesty the Queen yesterday was there and laid a wreath at the Garden of Remembrance that honors the people who died fighting for Ireland's independence against the British. She went and saw the Book of Kells at Trinity College, and if you noticed, Her Majesty emerged from her airplane yesterday in all green.
Very good.
Green hat, green coat, green dress, all of it.
Yep.
And later today, in fact, there's obviously some controversy. It's been over 100 years since a British monarch went into the Republic of Ireland. And so today she is going to go to the home of Gaelic football, Croke Park. But that's also the site. She's also going to go to a site of a British massacre of Irish civilians. So it seems to be sort of a trip of reconciliation. Not everybody is accepting it as such. There were protesters. There were 3 bombs found before she showed up. One of them was actually, a working bomb. And so yesterday you saw people in the streets in Dublin, too, throwing rocks at riot gear police. And so it's complicated. And we'll talk about that coming up a little bit later. She's going to go to the Guinness Storehouse, too, Her Majesty. That's a very popular tourist attraction there. And the royal couple, Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth, are going to watch the perfect pint being poured by a master brewer.
So in other words, all 3 will follow in your footsteps.
Well,
True.
Apparently she likes gin and Dubonnet, served with 2 ice cubes and a slice of lemon. So nobody knows for sure. She's going to have a sip of the black stuff, as they call it.
Now,
We'll
we
talk
assume
about that a little
you've
bit later.
been where they're going.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Many times.
Mm-hmm.
More than
Well,
once.
I was there. She's been 100 years since a British monarch has been there, so I've been there before that anyway.
Well, no, I mean the place where they're going to get their adult beverage.
Yeah.
Many
Sure.
times.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Naturally.
What about this guy now from the International Money Fund, Strauss-Kahn, Dominique Strauss-Kahn? He was leaving New York City. He was on an airplane, and the police came and pulled him off the airplane and arrested him because a chambermaid at a fancy hotel in New York City said that he tried to rape her.
Yeah, serious allegations. Now, his attorney says there's nothing to this. That at the time this happened, allegedly, he was having lunch with his daughter, who was in the city at the time.
Yeah, but he's
so
saying
we'll see.
that the word is he's going to say that it was consensual.
Oh, is that the latest?
Yeah, that's going to
Wow.
be his defense.
This story is developing.
He was in the room. He was there because they have all the evidence, if you know what I mean. But he's going to say that it was consensual. And there's some talk that he was being set up because he was going to be one of the top contenders in the presidential race in France.
Yeah, this is
and
this
so
is
now
serious.
it's going to be a
Well,
he said, she said.
Well, his wife is standing by him. She's saying she can't believe her husband could ever do anything like this.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
he did something like it. But the question is,
yeah.
and in France, I'm told, you can't show pictures in the media of someone who's been arrested in handcuffs being taken away until it's determined that they're guilty.
Yeah.
Which seems kind of sensible to me.
Well, when
After
it
all,
comes
what if
to-
he didn't do it?
Yeah, when it comes to allegations of impropriety, the whole situation involving one-time California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, could you ever imagine, your wildest imagination, it could ever spin out like this?
Well,
I'll
that's
tell
that's a horse of a different color, as we say. As you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger and his wife Maria Shriver, who was a very well-known public figure as well, was a TV journalist and came from the Kennedy clan, didn't she? As soon as the governor left office a couple months later in California, there Schwarzenegger, who also was an actor, there was word of an affair that he had with a member of the household staff that resulted in a child.
And that was years ago.
10 years ago.
10 years, and somehow this has been kept quiet. Now we have Democrats in California saying there ought to be a full-blown investigation. Democrats want to know if Schwarzenegger, while he was in office, used any of this money to pay child support, to have anything to do,
I hadn't thought of that.
with funding this whole thing. And if that's the case, a criminal investigation could be launched after that.
Supposedly,
So we'll
he
see.
had an office in Santa Monica where it was almost like an evening tryst place where he would meet more women than just the housekeeper.
And did you see what Governor Granholm said about all that?
How about that?
How about
Twitter.
that? I'll let you take that part of the story.
Governor Granholm has Twittered yesterday,
Yeah.
and I'll read it to you straight from the Twitter.
This is it.
Another guy governor admits to cheating on his wife. Maybe we need more women governors. Guys, keep your pants zipped for Pete's sake.
No, that's what the governor said on Facebook.
Well, now, wait a minute. The lady in question had to unzip her pants, too, didn't she? She knew it was a married man. She knew it was a governor. Or he wasn't governor at the time, I guess, because it was 10 years ago. But, and it's pretty funny, too, because on the Twitter, Governor Granholm uses the number 2. When she says admits to cheating, she uses the number 2, like in Twitter speak.
You have to do it that way. Is that? I've never Twittered once.
I mean,
Are you a Twitter?
very, very occasionally.
I guess it's all like really broken down to real. You got to do like
You can shorten it up because you only get so many characters.
it's almost like
Now,
code.
Dan Mulhern's going to join us later, the governor's husband, and
good.
explain this. He tweeted too. He said, quote, "Men, can we talk maturely, openly, and seriously about sex and fidelity? Time to replace balls with brains and heart." That's what the first gentleman said in his tweet.
How about this gal from Allendale
Do you think the
Township?
governor should be tweeting things like that? Governor Granholm, she should be tweeting things like that?
Well, she's not governor anymore.
I know, but still, isn't there a decorum involved here?
Well, ask Dan. I don't know. Well,
I'm going to ask him that. That's
She
a
could
good
do what
idea.
she wants to do. Gosh darn it. Why
Hey,
not?
did you see President Obama in Michigan? There's a poll shows he got a little bump after the Osama bin Laden raid.
Yeah.
Here in Michigan, his favorable rating went to 53%.
Yes.
President Obama. Governor Snyder's not so good. He's 38%.
I think the president pretty much got a bump nationwide. I think the president's hoping that bump kind of sticks around for the next between now and election day.
How about this one? 55% of respondents say Michigan's going in the wrong direction.
55%.
Yeah,
say wrong
38%.
direction.
Only 38% give Governor Snyder a favorable rating already. Other than the economy and the jobs, which of the following 9 other state problems or issues are you most concerned about? Number 1, improving
one.
education.
Okay.
And then how about Senator Stabenow? They asked a question about her, too, and she got, kind of split. Is she doing a good job? 41% said she's doing okay. 43% said she's not doing very well.
And still no Republicans yet to make up their minds as to whether or not they're going to face her. Oh, one last story here. Allendale Township, a woman could face charges for allegedly trying to sell a 2-year-old girl
Oh, dear.
over the internet on eBay, of all things.
Is that right?
So, yeah, those are the allegations anyway. Okay, this update is service of American Metal Roofs. Check it out, AmericanMetalRoofs.com. You'll never, ever have to worry again about the weather with a beautiful guaranteed American Metal Roof atop your place.
I'll tell you how you can get free tickets and a limo ride to the upcoming Bob Seger concert in just 2 minutes. It's Michael Patrick Shields.